Okay, we are live. Welcome from behind enemy lines to Rick's Life as I See It, a 1-hour talk show about guns, politics, anything that crosses my mind. Also, anything that crosses the people in the chat's minds. I don't mind talking about it. Just write it in the chat, and we'll see if I have any info on it, or I'll give you my opinion if I don't anyway. Or you can send me questions or whatever at Rick's Life as I See It at gmail.com. Also, all shows are also on Podbean, Stitcher, and iTunes, normally within 24 hours of this broadcast ending. Also, to never say the word, I'm on YouTube and simultaneously, is that how you say it? Broadcasting on gun channels.
Simulcasting.
Yeah, whatever the word is. That's it. I'm glad you helped me out there, John. I have John on my panel here tonight. I did put out some other stuff. And where we go? Who we got? We got on YouTube, we got Rich, Fantastic Vlogs, Midnight Range, Rooster Films, Nodak Willie, and on gun channels we have Squib, Raphael, Grim 90. Oh yeah, I can never pronounce that one. Odom, our Viking. Yeah.
It's Bjorn Odom.
Oh, okay. Hey, Night Strike's on the panel. There he is.
Yeah.
So there we go. We're getting there. We're what you call it? Jasmine Outdoors just joined me. Gelsman. So we're doing good. So okay. I was gonna mention. Oh, Night Strike.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. You?
All right. So I was going to start off my show with a. Should we? Let me stick out the old thing in the chat there on gun channels. Anybody wants to join the panel?
I got him the link already.
I think Squib would join in. I think.
Yeah.
I sent some out to Dano and Tony and as well. So whether they show up or not, I don't know. Clover, I sent one out to him too. So anyway, all right. My first topic. Hey, Squib.
Hey, thanks for the link.
Yeah. My first. I mentioned this is I got my application here all ready to go to renew my CCW for Massachusetts. Right? I was telling John this before we went live. $100 a year. Residents of Massachusetts pay $100 for 6 years. You know, it's downright outrageous. But I can't get to Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont without crossing Massachusetts. Yes, I can lock it up and all that good stuff, but, you know, I'm carrying in Rhode Island, got to pull over, take my gun apart, unload it, lock it up, get back in the truck. You know, hell, it takes me enough time to climb in the truck as it is the way I am. You know, so then I got to get across Massachusetts, and when I get across Massachusetts, stop, unload it, put the gun back together, put it back on, you know. So I bite the bullet and paid $100. That's why I was hoping HR 38 went through. Personally, for me, it made life easier up here in the Northeast. You know, now I could I can't bypass Massachusetts because I can go to Connecticut, but then I have to go into New York? I don't have a permit for New York.
Where are you right now, bro?
I'm in Rhode Island.
Rhode
Island. I got New York below me, Connecticut on the side of me, Massachusetts above me, and the ocean on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, off Bjorn says Georgia is like $75 per 5 years, but again, it really depends where you are. It's unfortunate. Some places are overstepping their boundaries even further by charging as much as they do, like $100 for 1 year. Come on, that's a joke.
No, it is. It
I,
is.
I will hold my tongue because I haven't gotten the all clear and the hey, we accepted it yet. I sent all my paperwork in, but it's $50, I think, for 5 years here in South Carolina.
What do you have to worry about, Night Strike? What do
Yeah.
we know about you?
All I have to say, Squib, is everyone's got skeletons in their closet.
Are
Or
you
body
are you a
in the empty
Travi
lot
that we
on the other side of their property?
Yeah. Now,
Night Strike is a Travi and we don't know it.
okay.
Possibly.
Now, guys, I'm going to tell you something. You know, here it is. I mean, sometimes I give out too much information. But what I did when I did this on every application I've applied for, I didn't do it on this renewal because they already got all my information. But I'm trying to think now. What is it? 2017, 20 years ago, when I was getting divorced in Georgia.
Ugh.
Right. Put it this way. Let's put it this way. I was drinking at the time. So it was over 20 years ago. My son was in the Cub Scouts. He done one of these popcorn drives or whatever. He took $500 in sales around the neighborhood. Well, I took the cash and wrote a check. The check bounced. Right? They kept sending me notifications that the Cub Scouts wanted their money. You know, and I kept putting it off. Eventually, they turned it over to the state. A policeman came to my house and arrested my ass for fraudulent checks or whatever. There's a name for it. Anyway. So, where I'm going with this is I got fined $700 and had to pay back the $500. But besides the point is, I put that on my application because I didn't want them to come back and say, well, you lied to us, that you haven't been in trouble. That's where I was going with this. You know, if you've been in trouble, be honest, put it down there. That's all I can say.
Well, I've never been arrested, period, in my adult life. Let's just put it that way. In my adult life, that means Night Strike had a troubled youth, and we will leave it at that.
Yeah, well, see, normally anything under 18, they don't count anyway.
Right. You know, you get that one chance, okay? When you're a kid, you get that one chance. After that, don't do it again. Otherwise, you're fucked.
Look, it's like this. If you screw up, whether it's fair or not, you're going to have to pay for it with a lawyer and your time later. It sucks, but that's life. I mean, Rick, you're saying you were going through a divorce. I've been through a couple. I can tell you those cost money. So just having to deal with, you know, this BS arrest and then getting all that fixed to get your permit and stuff, it's a pain in the butt, but that's life.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I did it. And actually, it didn't even come back and, you know, it was a non-issue. They went ahead and gave me my permits. I got, everybody knows, I got 7, I think.
Well, I mean, everybody here makes a good point, and it all comes together. And the final result is it happened once. Fix it, correct yourself, and don't do it again to the point of where now you have a history. That's it. It's simple.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, my point is don't lie on the application. That's the best thing to do. Be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a problem and you get rejected because of something, you retain a lawyer and you go through the paperwork. And if the guy says it's going to take 6 months, it's going to take 2 years, it's going to cost this much, that's what it's going to take. It sucks, but if you really want it, then you're going to have to fix something. And if you can go, it's not fair, it wasn't my fault, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. Life's not fair. So, you know, if you really, really want the permit, you got to go through the steps. I mean, at the end of the day, we all want the Second Amendment to be honored as it is. Okay. Shall not be infringed, right? Night Strike.
Exactly.
So carrying open, carrying concealed, owning, buying, practicing with, fixing, you name it, all this come with firearms possession, and we don't want to have to pay for it. We don't want to have to go through paperwork. We don't have to want to retain a lawyer. We don't want to have to, but for right now, you've just got to deal with that sort of thing until hopefully one day the laws change and they go, this is cut and dry. Hopefully.
Yeah. No, our Beyond, is that how you pronounce it? He just said he done something when he was 17. It shouldn't matter at 17. It's normally from 18 onwards they're worried about. But you can always check with a lawyer just to be on the safe side there, whatever state you're in.
As long as you weren't arrested for murder or any of that, you're good.
But now here's the alternative. Let's say you don't qualify for a concealed carry permit for whatever reason, or you just don't feel like paying the money or waiting the time or going through the trouble, or you don't think you'll qualify, or you don't think you'll get, and you decide you're going to conceal carry anyhow. That's all good and fine. And if you save your life because you have to pull it and use it to save your life, at least you're not dead. However, because you carried it concealed, you're going to be charged with a crime, and you'll probably never be able to lawfully get a permit ever later on in your life if you decide. So you really, really have to think about, if you want to say, screw these laws, I'm just going to do what I want to do. For people like us, most of the pro 2A people that we talk to, we don't like the laws, but we follow the laws. So just
think, and in most states, you'll lose your rights to them.
Right. So do you want to say, I don't care, I'm carrying anyhow, and then one day when you do use it and you are still alive, you've lost your rights? Or do you, I say figure out a way, even if it's a lot of work, to get the permit at some point, or move.
There is one thing that's an exception to what Squib said. If you live in a state that has constitutional carry, you're not required. Most constitutional carry states, not all, but most, don't require you to have a permit.
Actually, United Strike, you should be the one who would be inspiration to anybody who's on the fence about getting a permit or think that they can't get it or whatever. For the longest time, you said you didn't want to get one because of the fingerprinting. And look, you went and got one. So what does that say?
That's only because people browbeat me until I said fuck it.
But still, you did it though. You put your money where your mouth is.
Why were you worried about the fingerprinting?
Well, I don't like giving the government more information than they need.
Yeah,
right.
I work for the U.S. government, so they've had mine.
See, I've never worked for the government, so they didn't have my prints, but now they do. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah, they got you now.
But yeah, I really don't think it's not going to make that big of a difference. But still, it's the whole point of, you were the one saying you didn't want to do it because of this, and then eventually you said, you know what, to heck with it, I'm just going to move forward. And so if you can do it, anybody can do it.
No, it's even the point that I even went to the ER like 7 hours earlier before getting my CWP, and did not get any sleep, and went and took it and passed.
ER?
Anyway,
the emergency room. Oh, that's right.
The emergency room. Because I have stitches in my hand.
No, he cut off his whole thumb, people.
Anyway, Night Strike, now that the government's got your fingerprints, when you're sitting there messing around on your computer.
Wait, Rick. They got his fingerprints minus his right thumb.
You see your camera come on and you haven't done anything. That's the man checking you out.
Hey, by the way, Rick, that's why I don't have it plugged in. I have an external one that has a plug where you can unplug it. I can't turn it on if it ain't plugged in.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. I was just going to mention this, that I don't know. I think the liptards are making too big of a fuss out of it. Trump saying he wanted a military parade. They have parades all the time. 4th of July. Memorial Day, you know what I'm saying?
If he wants to have another one, let him have one. Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with the Army walking down Pennsylvania Avenue? I think it's kind of cool myself.
Sadly, you give the libtards a platform to complain, and they will take advantage of it.
Well, remember, the libtards, they don't have any respect for our country, our military, or even the legal citizens. They don't have any respect for these people. The only people they respect are illegals and criminals.
Yeah. And don't forget communists.
Well, the communists are criminals.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. Oh, what's her name? Pelosi spent 8 hours talking about illegals.
I wish she would have an aneurysm.
You know?
Well, she's got an agenda. They've all got an agenda.
Yeah. But my question is, most of these, from what I can understand, most of these dreamers or DACA, whatever you want to call it, they've been living here 15 to 20 years. Why in the hell haven't they applied for citizenship now already?
Why bother? Why, if they know they're not going to get ejected from the country, why pay the money? Why go through the hassle? Why, I'm not saying they're right. I'm saying they're wrong. They're definitely not in the right. The people who have busted their butt and waited their turn and gone through the whole hassle of getting their citizenship, those people, they are probably more angry than people who are naturalized citizens of this country, who are born here, who really are Americans, that didn't come over illegally. The people that went through the hassle of getting their citizenships are probably more angry than us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree with you. The Travi Collective says Night Strike fingerprints were assimilated at birth.
No, they weren't. No, that wasn't a thing.
All right. Okay. Next thing on my list. Tomorrow night, 60 Minutes. I'm going to have a section on an interview with Tim, what's his name, from USCCA, the association where most people get their insurance from, on HR 38. And I saw a little clip of it. He sounded good, but what the rest of it I saw, it seems to me 60 Minutes is slanting it sort of anti-gun way. I could be wrong. I just want to let you know, guys, know that it's on tomorrow if you guys want to watch it. And to give you something to talk about on Monday on the chat show.
When you say Tim, you mean Mac from Military Arms Channel or USCCA?
No, Tim, I think it was the guy that owns USCCA. I can't think of his name right now. Let's have a look. I got it here in the mail. What's his name? Tim Smith, his name is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He is interviewed on 60 Minutes. I guess
Tim Smith.
It was only like a 30-second thing I saw on TV.
Yeah, unfortunately, 60 Minutes is left-wing, like MSNBC, CNN, CBS.
What I'm afraid of is not going to do our cause any good.
They need a news channel called LEFT.
Just cover all the channels all in one.
Yeah. Oh, real quick while I'm thinking about it. People, I think it's Norman that I owe a deck of cards to.
Norman?
Yeah. I think he won the last deck I had a couple of weeks ago. I found it buried under trash in my truck. So I mailed it today.
Nice. Did you include the trash?
And there was another one there. I can't think. I think it was for Russ that he won the patch. That went out today too. Night Strikes went out. I sent you about 10 of my stickers.
Okay.
And I sent some to Clover. So all mail has gone out. I just wanted to get that before I remembered it. I just wanted to say it. So
awesome.
If I owe you anything, it's in the mail. You should get it by next Tuesday or Wednesday.
I like the hit or miss sticker on that safe back there.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, it's snappy.
Yeah. So I got a new Clover patch right here. Where is it? Right here.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And I got a new pen.
Oh my.
Clover. So there you go. All right, moving on. Oh, instant quiz, guys. This one is real easy. And what is up for grabs is a Gun Channel's patch and the new Rick's Life as You See It Spotted Rick sticker.
Oh my.
You know?
Spotted Rick.
Yeah. Now this is the old. Be honest with you, this is the old
Logo.
avatar.
So it's the special edition.
Yeah, special edition. I hope to get patches. Actually, I want patches made of the other one that I'm using now.
Oh, you mean the monocle and the mustache?
Yeah. But the question is, here you go. It's real easy. If you guys watch gun channels, you
I'll
should
never
get
get it.
this. Right? The last few days, G-Webs made 2 videos on something that he was making. Tell me what he was making. Oh. So everybody's going back to have a look, see, because nobody's watching what G-Webs is doing. Right? Aha!
Be more specific.
Oh, John, wants you to be more specific there, Midnight. Rich said a revolver patch.
No.
No? No.
He made them on the same day, one after the other.
He made patches, but I've just been informed I should have said it. Be more specific on what kind of patch. Raphael says small pistol patches.
What were the patches of?
And you're making it tough here, John.
Well, it's pretty easy. I mean, you already know if he was making something, how he made it. So,
Revolver and a K. Patriot said. So what are we going to do here, John?
well, I mean, Midnight got part of it. But, I mean, if you want to give him that, that's fine. But that's up to you.
Midnight was first, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So Midnight, we'll let you win. You got it.
Just this once.
Congratulations.
Just once, I'm letting it slide. So send me your email. Send me an email with your mailing address, and I'll get them off to you.
And the correct answer would be an AK-47 and a gun websites patch.
There you go. See, that's what we were looking for. Maybe I didn't explain it enough.
No, you asked it perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he was at his sewing machine, and that's what he made. Those 2 things.
I'd like to donate my win to John Z. He's been working hard lately.
No, Midnight, you deserve it. You work harder, and you keep us fed.
Patriot goes, it's rigged.
It is rigged, Patriot. You're right. We'll work harder.
So there you go. If you don't want, I mean, if he wants to, if you want to donate them to John and John don't want them, I can always we can always do another quiz with them next week. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind putting them back out there. So
Yeah, Patriot, if you actually watch the video, it's a AK-47 and a gun websites logo patch.
all right. So we got that. All right. The next thing is, did anybody watch the Hank Grange video with military? It was a Military Arms and Yankee and the other guy who hardly ever said a word.
Can you give me the Cliff Notes version? Because pretty much everybody there I don't normally watch. So.
Oh, what? The show? It was basically about the NRA and the ATF situation. Like the ATF, here's an example: is it what's the name? Mac Military Arms? Is that who it is? Whatever his name is. He made a point: is twice already that the ATF has come back and said, you know, no, it's not part of a machine gun. It's a part, right? The third time, now they want us to put in comments. Why didn't they ask for comments the first 2 times?
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
Sean on the Gun Channel side is asking for the link for that video.
Well, oh, what, for the Hank Strange?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I got to find it. So, hang on. Night Strike.
Yeah.
Can you carry on the conversation while I look for this?
You listen to it? I didn't listen to it either because I was busy either doing something else or
I will get.
I was either in a chat working on starting the Friday Night Strike last night or doing something else.
So
I will
get
the link in a minute.
Tim from Military Arms Channel, Yankee Marshall, and Hank Strange, and
Yeah.
I think Iraq veteran 8888, who weirdly enough, him and Yankee are now on good terms. Geez, somebody hear dollar signs in the background.
Cha-ching!
Well, I'm just saying. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, also, they're going on about the NRA and stuff like that. And I'm not saying they're good or they're bad. Put it this way: I'm still a member, and I'm staying a member because the range I belong to, you have to be a member of the NRA.
Yeah.
So, I'm not giving up because it's great shooting there. I mean, I got 6 pistol, ranges in this one place. So why do I want to give it up now? But I believe our man Yankee. This is my personal opinion. I've said it so many times. I don't care if he's here listening or whatever. Is I think he's got such a hard on for Wayne LaPierre. I can't pronounce it. LaPierre.
LaPierre.
He's got such a hard on for me. He's letting it blind him.
Personally, he's a liberal. Yankee is a liberal, so
I'm not. The NRA is not. It's not perfect. It's not. I think the guns of America is not perfect either. So, but anyway, they were going on about the ATF, and what they were saying was the ATF. Now, whether this is true or not, one of them said that he's had the inside scoop from somebody who worked at the ATF that they have made a decision already. Before they even asked for the comments, they're gonna throw it under the machine gun. What was that?
86.
Was that when it was?
Yeah.
They're gonna throw it under that ban.
Well, if they do, I hope they can. I hope the ATF can be prepared for somebody to storm their headquarters.
And it's not going to be bumped stocks. It's worded as any device that can change the rate of a gun or semi-auto or something.
Rate of fire increase.
So that leaves it. I mean,
that leaves all the binary stuff. The binary triggers.
But not only that is, sometimes like when I'm shooting my 45, I double tap it. Hey, you do that 2 or 3 times in a row. That's going to go off like a machine gun. So for that technical split second, are you a felon? That's what he was saying last night. Basically, that's what it was about.
Well, if we let them go ahead and just make an arbitrary decision like this, and we don't do anything, we deserve what we get.
Absolutely. Now, they were going on, and we were having this chat in Clovers the other night. Is people say, well, boycott the people who sponsor, who give the money to the NRA. Nearly every gun company gives money to the NRA.
Yeah, all you got to do is look at all the ads in the American Rifleman, and you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
They're kind of like they're probably our biggest stick in the fight, but they can also be the same stick that beats us. It's a double-edged sword. The people who've decided not to give their money to the NRA anymore are just as right as the people who have decided to stick it out. If you think about it, both answers are correct.
It's more of a wet noodle than an actual stick because there's no spine to it.
Yeah,
the NRA was formed for training. They weren't formed to be a political entity. They got into the politics, and when they saw the dollar signs, they changed and they turned on us. However, they're still the biggest. They need gun control to be there to make money, like they're making money right now, like they've been making money for decades. In the past, it wasn't about making money. So they're going to fight to stop some gun control to keep us all sending our dues in and paying attention. But they're not going to fight for enough gun control to get rid of gun control, because if they do, they're going to cut off their money supply. As long as we're afraid, they're in business. Same thing with the GOA and the Second Amendment Foundation and a whole bunch of other things. That's just the way it is. You either have to live with it, or I don't know what else we can do.
Yeah. Also, the only other thing we can do, I mean, where we're having problems is they're saying that we need to get rid of the top people like Chris Cox and Wayne
LaPierre,
because the board can't do it. Right?
That's not a bad idea, but who are going to
what we
place
need
them?
to do is like the big gun companies, Smith & Wesson, Beretta, Ruger, is somebody, a group, I don't know who, needs to talk to them because they give money to the NRA. We need to get our point over to them because they have the power to change it, the NRA.
Exactly. So some people would ask, like Nice Strike just asked, well, good point, but who would we replace them with? So my answer to that is the problem is not who we would replace them with. My problem is that the people at the top, whether it's government, the NRA, private organizations, people remain in one spot for too long. They eventually become corrupt, owing to specific groups rather than the whole. So replace them with somebody new and let that new person learn.
Yeah,
but
well, those big companies, or Ruger, Smith & Wesson, all them, could go to the board or to whoever and say,
if you listen to
change,
if you listen to IV 88, 88, 88, or We Like Shooting, they're there pushing for their friends to get into the NRA. They're pushing for their audience to try to vote to get these people into the NRA. Why? I'll tell you why. It's pretty obvious, but I don't think a lot of people are seeing it, because when their friends get in, they're going to be no better than LaPierre and Chris Cox. They're going to get in, and maybe at first they'll do something, or they'll say we're going to change, and they change this and they change that, but they're thinking dollar signs. It's all about money. It's all about getting in and getting Wayne LaPierre's a paycheck, or Chris Cox's paycheck.
That's fine. So join a group. If you don't like them and the people they are trying to put in, join a group and fight to get your people in.
All I'm saying is, as long as you keep paying these people these outrageous salaries and giving them these outrageous benefits, they're going to be in it for the money. If they were in it, if they said, I'm not taking any salary, I'm going to fly in my own private personal plane, or I'm going to fly first class out of my own pocket, or I'm going to pay for my own hotel, my own meal. Because I own a business that is a gun manufacturer or something that makes them their fortune. And they go, this isn't about money. This is about the Second Amendment. That's a person you want to vote for. Unfortunately, there's nobody coming out doing that. There's nobody coming out saying,
listen, the reality of it is people need money to survive. And if that's what they're getting, listen. If that's what they're offering, if those money and that benefit is what they're offering, that's one thing. To say that they need to stop giving such high pay raises isn't a whole nother story. But just to get the people in, new, fresh faces, to take those positions, to do the work
and
that
turn
needs
out
to be
the same
done.
as the people that are there today.
Yeah, but
better.
We're not the movie where they judge people for what they were going to do in the future. Put fresh faces in and go with that. But we already know that what we have now is not working, and we need to replace those faces. The rest can come later. The lowering the salaries and putting the money that's being given to better things rather than just salaries. That's a whole nother topic.
I'd rather somebody who was established, who didn't need the money, come in there and say, I'm all about Second Amendment. My company makes a fortune off of the Second Amendment. I want to be on the board of directors for the NRA, the president of the NRA, the vice president, whatever it is. I want to be in there. I'm not accepting any salary. In lieu of my salary, in lieu of the private jet, in lieu of all the expenses that the NRA would pay for me in addition to my salary, I'm going to use that money to buy politicians. Cut and dry. I want somebody to come out and say that.
I'm absolutely not arguing with you, and I agree with you. But the fact of the matter is, that's not reality. That's a perfect world, and
I understand that. I understand that, but I mean, there's got to be somebody out there who's got millions from their gun company. I mean, Pete Brown now becomes president, and apparently the president of the NRA has no power at all. Pete Brown now don't need no money. He makes tons of money off of his company, and his company is doing nothing but growing. You know, I realize that, yeah, you're right. It's in a perfect world. It's in a fantasy world. But I'd love to see him go, you know what, board of directors dissolved. All right.
I agree with you.
You know,
yeah.
I mean.
You know, like Yankee said, burn it down and start again from scratch, the NRA. That might be the only one.
I don't even know if that would fix it, because the people you get in to replace might start out with good intentions, but in no time they turn out just like the guys we got now.
Yeah, I mean, it's human nature. I mean, look at the big gun channels here on YouTube. Started off great. Now they're all sort of protecting their own interests.
Yeah, there are some people who started out on gun channels that would talk to anybody, and now they won't make time for anybody else because it's all about making money.
Yeah,
exactly. And it's an unfortunate consequence of
but it's human nature,
fame or money or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you're right. It is human nature. It's just I don't have to like it.
Taurus is given a year membership to the NRA with every purchase. I mean, because they're giving it to you doesn't mean you have to take it.
Can you ask Taurus if you can pay them more money so they don't give it to you?
Yeah.
Do you see why I get so burned out about every single time somebody gets up on the pulpit and wants us to fight? It's like, dang, I just got done fighting. What the hell? Yeah. Oh no, now is the biggest, it's the most important time. Now is that's what you said last year and the year before and the year before. Well, no, now it's about, oh man, we got to increase our profit margins.
Oh yeah,
it's frustrating. I totally agree with you. It is frustrating.
I mean, we can beat this to death, so let's move on. I believe I got an email earlier from Night Strike saying he had a topic.
Yeah, you know, I just figured you might want some material for your
go for it. Let's hear it.
Well, if anyone didn't hear by now, Remington has some problems again. Apparently, they're getting ready to file bankruptcy again.
Well, Remington?
Again, come on, Remington.
Yeah, because apparently they've gone through a lot of really bad CEOs that don't know the firearms industry, and that's led to one disaster after another.
Maybe you should have them apply for a job with the NRA.
I don't know. I don't think I'd want those CEOs in charge of the NRA.
Well, if they could bring the NRA down, we could start the NRA back up, you know.
Well, no, that doesn't always work.
All right.
Sell Remington to Keltec, Sean says.
But Remingtons actually work.
Yeah.
Well, except the R51, but
yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Oh, Gunpowder Beauty says, I'm using my NRA membership to bust balls at the NRA event in Dallas.
Do it.
Hey, Ghost Tactical. That is one way of doing it. Go down there and, you know, do your protests or whatever. You know, I mean, I agree. I mean, good thing. What we're talking about, like on 60 Minutes tomorrow with the USCCA. Right, that's who I use for my training and insurance if anything goes wrong. Now like last year, they had already set it up. They had the booth lined up at the NRA at the last minute. NRA canceled it on them because they were introducing their one, whatever it is that the NRA has now, their insurance policy.
Yeah.
You know, which I think is, well, Well, I'm trying to think of the correct word. It's kind of piss poor, really, of the NRA to do that. Hey, I mean, I still belong to them, but I don't always agree with everything they do. You know, I mean, really, we're put the USCA in there alongside with it. You know, it's competition is what it's all about. Let the best company win. Oh, John Z saying hello to himself, self greeter.
I'm a too big greeter.
Well,
Yeah, you're a too big greeter.
Well, John Z's our version of the Walmart greeter.
All I need is a bow tie and one of those penguin coats.
I don't know where that came from, but okay.
Yeah. What we got over here on Gun Channels? Sean says the Supreme Court determines that the second is untouchable and install 50 state clusters from carry as intended.
I wish.
Yeah, we wish.
Untouchable. So why are the left and all the other wackadoos constantly taking a dump on it?
I mean, I've had this argument with a lot of people too. You know, I'll go up there and I'll do the like where I go have breakfast at Christina's. The name of the place is best food you ever had, but it's run by liberals. That's the only downside. So I have to wait. I sit there until everybody leaves, then I get into my big arguments with them. But I go, you know, I'll say like the Second Amendment. It's plain English shall not be infringed, right? But their argument is, well, every amendment has been changed in some form or another. So why not the second? You know? So, I mean, I said without the second, we wouldn't be free.
Because it's plain as day. It's written very plainly because it's supposed to mean something.
Yeah. You take away the guns, then they have us. They can do whatever they want. And what are they going to do? Go up there and march and protest? Really? What in the hell does that really do?
Well, they take away the guns. Yeah, you can go up there and march and whatnot, but that doesn't mean that the government can't go in with the military and tell you to and walk your ass off with tear gas and force.
Yeah,
like they did after World War I.
Yeah, yeah. But we have guns. We can do the Red Dawn thing. Fight back.
That was against Russians and Cubans.
Yeah, but it's the same principle. You know, the government. That's why we have guns.
I still want to know who are these federal guys that are going to come for us that aren't the military and aren't law enforcement. I remember somebody said it wasn't on this show, it was on another show, and they're like, they're federal guys and they're waiting. And when they get their orders, they're going to come door to door and get us. But it's not going to be the army. It's not going to be the police. And I'm thinking, well, who are these federal guys? Where are they?
Was that HBS? Was he talking about that after?
No, it was somebody else. But it's just like federal guys, okay, but they're not the military
they're
and
not
they're
the
not
army.
law enforcement.
Conspiracy theory much?
I agree with you, Sean. That's what I said. The first never got changed. The fourth hasn't got changed.
The third hasn't gotten changed, though nobody really follows the third too much, anyways, because it's
what is the third?
The third is the no quartering the military in civilian housing.
Oh, I thought that was like the 6th or 7th.
No, that's the third.
Yeah, I mean, but they infringed on that, didn't they? During the First World War, they housed military people in civilian houses.
Yeah, the Third Amendment is no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law.
But they did during the First World War. You know, because the only reason I remember reading it.
Okay, well, if they did it in the United States, then yes, that was illegal. If they did it in Europe with American troops, it's Europe.
The Constitution doesn't apply over there.
Yeah, no, it don't. The Constitution only applies on American soil.
And it should only apply to Americans.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, they extend that to some extent to illegals or people that are here on a visa or whatnot.
yeah. I know they did it over in England, because Sean's saying, I know they did it over in Britain quite a lot. Yeah, and the Yanks took all the women, all the English ladies. You know, that's why they don't like Americans over there, because you took all the women. You came over with silk stockings and chocolate. You know, honestly, during the Second World War, because you couldn't get the English women could not get silk stockings, and chocolate wasn't available.
I want chocolate stockings.
But the Americans could get them, you know, because like they had PXs and BXs and commissaries on the American bases. So the military guys would buy that stuff, go out there, you know, and get the women.
See, instead of being mad at our...
They get the little kids with the chocolate, you know. Hey, if you got an older sister, and they give her the stocking, boom, there you go.
Instead of being mad at our troops, they should have been mad at Chamberlain for, you know.
That's it, Sean. Oversexed, overpaid, and over here. That was the cry, you know.
Yeah, they should have been mad at Chamberlain for appeasement because Churchill didn't put up with that crap. But if Chamberlain hadn't done all that appeasement stuff, they probably wouldn't have had the issues they had to deal with a few years later. So,
yeah, I mean, like my English grandmother. I mean, and my mother and stuff. I mean, they went through the war. You know, they lived in London. And they, you know, during the bombing and stuff, they had to go down into the subway. You know, live in the tunnels down there and stuff. But even to the day she died, she used to give my father hell for being an American and coming over here and taking her daughter. You know, and that wasn't wartime. That was in the 50s. But you know, they still had the mental attitude. So there you go. But now you got to be, you know, I don't think it's so much now. Now over there, it's what's the word? Because they got a lot of Muslims over there now, so they have their own courts.
Sharia.
Yeah. So, there we go. I'm getting way off topic here, aren't we? But that's fun. Makes time go by. You know, what else have I got on my list here? Not much, really. So, I'm going to do a gun channel blitz, and I picked Fine 8 1393.
Right on.
Go check him out. If you don't like it, you don't have to subscribe. But he's a small channel, and he's got a few videos, not many, but you know, give it a try. Check him out. He's normally in here. I don't see him today, but there we go.
I will post his link to his channel, and you guys can go check out Fine 8 1393.
Okay, there we go. All right. Did we get everything covered on your topic there, Nice Rick?
Yeah, well, as much as we were going to.
Remington, yeah. Sorry, we slightly went off topic there. Oh
We
yeah,
always go off topic.
the mayor of London, he needs to be shot. You know.
Well, I don't know if he should be shot, but he should just disappear somewhere and never turn up again.
He is a modern day Chamberlain. Yeah, I mean Chamberlain was the one that made the war. You know, that let the Germans take Poland. Yes. I mean, but did you know Churchill was part American? That's what made him so staunch. You know, when his mother or grandmother was American or something, I believe.
Yeah, Sean says give him exactly what he wants. Stone him. Don't kill him. Just stone him. I second that.
Oh yeah.
I don't second that because violence should be used as a last resort.
It's not violence. It's Sharia law. You got to give them what they want, right?
Well, I also don't follow or approve.
As long as they are allowed to have their courts in whatever retarded countries want to allow them to have their courts, give them what they want. They need to be stoned. Give it to them. Because they'd be happy to give it to others just the same.
Oh yeah, Sean said it was his mother was American. I thought it was on Churchill. You know, I knew there was American blood in him. You know, so there you go. Now, my question for you is, since we're on here and we still got 5 minutes left. So I'm an American citizen. I was born on a U.S. military base. It wasn't an RAF base. It was actually a USAF. It was actually a base the Air Force actually owned in England. It was American soil. But my mother's British. So could I be president of the United States?
Why not? These days, anybody obviously can do it, so why not you?
I think there's some rules there about this. I mean, you have to be over. I think you got to be 35 or over. I believe there's an age limit.
Yeah, you got that already. But
you were born on a U.S. military installation.
Yes,
you're born on American
U.S.
soil.
American.
Yeah, you are born on American soil. You are a U.S. citizen born of U.S. parents abroad.
Well, my mother's English.
Well, that's not her fault.
Then of U.S. parent, you have one U.S. parent.
Yes. You have one U.S. parent, it still counts.
If you were born on an aircraft carrier, you're born on American soil.
Wait a minute. I just got that one. No, you weren't born on American soil. You were born on
international waters on an American aircraft carrier. You're American.
If you are on a U.S. warship, that is sovereign U.S. soil.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's like
But it's not soil. It's a floating tin can, technically.
You know what he means.
Okay, you know what, Nightshake? I'll pitch you off the fantail. I'm staying on the ship.
I just want to argue.
I mean, that's why, like, if somebody goes into an embassy to, take asylum, it's because that embassy is sovereign
U.S. soil.
U.S. soil, or if it's a different country. I mean, the Russian embassy, that is Russian soil, in their embassy right there, that kind of thing. That's what that means. So I could be president of the United States, huh?
Yes, Mr. President.
I always thought that I couldn't because I wasn't actually, my mother was English.
President Spotted Rick. Doesn't quite roll off your tongue, but.
No, I don't want to be president anyway. Because I don't think I would do a good job. I'll be too much a tyrant.
You can't do much worse than the people that we've had in there so far.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't put up with this bullshit. I would just do it. I'll do an executive order. The Second Amendment. National carry, the whole country. Boom, done. Over with. Let them scream and yell.
Vandalistic of vlogs on YouTube says, POTUS, life as I see it.
That's right.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just the kind of guy I am, So, what else we got? Anybody else got any... Anything else we want to talk about while we're here? We got a few minutes left. I can shut it down early. But has anybody got anything else? Anybody out there in the audience got anything they want to say?
Guys, come on. Come up with the topic. We got nothing.
Let's keep going. I've run out. My list is empty. I've done it. I've done it all. There wasn't much on my list today. But... You guys didn't give me much to talk about this week because normally what happens is when I sit here and watch videos and listen to Matt and Yankee, I don't listen to Yankee that much, but occasionally I'll go over there if there's absolutely nothing else to do. I'll watch him for about 5 minutes and I get I get so angry with them, I want to put my fist through the screen of the computer. But I watch all your videos to get ideas for this show.
Well,
it was a slow week.
I got one more. We've been talking about it off and on for most of the week because it happened this week. But you heard that Browning is discontinuing the high power.
No.
Why?
Probably because they can't sell them at the price they're trying to right now.
So how long before PSA has them made in the Philippines and shipped over here?
No idea. But the Browning firearms company discontinued literally all of their high power models. So yeah, get your parts while you can. I mean, if that's because the patent ran out of them, then okay. If the patent ran out on them, then anyone can make them now, right?
That would. Yeah. Hang on. I'll just read what Patrick said. What if someone was born on a plane, U.S. military or U.S. commercial airline? Are you an American? If your parents are American, at least one of them, you're American.
If it's an American plane and it's based out of America, then it would apply the same thing it would if it was a naval ship, correct?
Yeah.
You know, just because it's not on American soil doesn't mean it's not American.
Yeah, it's covered by the same thing. It's American, classed as American soil, even though it's up in the air.
Right.
So, yeah.
I would debate that.
I would too.
The U.S. warship has a zip code. Okay, the airplane does not.
And also, you have your private jets. Any private jet, you can be born anywhere.
I mean, you might be able to argue that the FAA registration is American, so maybe, but the ship has a zip code. So
yeah.
Well, I guess, I mean, you got a point there. I mean, that's like if you're born on February 29th, you take the 28th or the 1st. You know? Because you can't, the 29th only comes around 4 times a year. I mean, 4 times every 4th year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what most people do, if they're born on February 29th, they either take their birthday as the 28th or the 1st.
Well, Patriot in the Dark says you could just stay on the plane if you don't like the place of birth and just wait till you get to the place that you would like to be considered born in.
I don't think it works that way. It might. I don't know. That is a good one to figure out.
Yeah, I personally don't think it works with private companies like that unless Squibb is right with the FAA.
Oh yeah, I mean
licensing.
Rich Wright is right. If your parents are working in a foreign country and you're an American citizen, you're an American citizen.
Right, because you have something there to connect you to that country. A plane doesn't connect you to anything.
No. Yeah, I don't know. Did you hear the original question was? My question was, like, my mother was English. I wanted to know if I could be president of the United States because
yes, you can.
One of my parents was an American. That's what I was asking originally.
Your father was serving in the U.S. military, and it was on a military base.
Obama's father was Kenyan. Problem solved.
There you go.
Is that the answer you want? Okay.
Yeah. Too live.
In other words, if you want to have a kid, just go to Africa.
Yeah. I technically could have dual citizenship there, Ohio, but I've never ever used. I have a British birth certificate and an American U.S.
That automatically gives you dual citizenship. That's dual citizenship.
Yeah, in a sense, it is. Right?
No, it's factual.
No, well, to me, to be a dual citizen, you got to have a passport of that country.
No.
Okay.
As long as you have a birth certificate from it.
I have
whether it's birth abroad or not.
But Rick has like 57 concealed carry permits. Why doesn't he have dual citizenship?
I'll tell you why right now, because why the hell does he want to give the crown more money than he gives America?
Yeah. I've never
get a gun from them anyway.
I've only ever used my British birth certificate one time. Well, I mean, was one time I went on vacation to Morocco, right? I got drunk in Tangier. I woke up in the Casbah in Tangiers. That I wasn't robbed, you know. that's another story on its own. But coming back from there, they wouldn't let me in the country because I was traveling on an American passport, right? They said, no, you can't come in. You need a visa and all this kind of crap. So I pulled out my British birth certificate and said, there you go, you SOB. You got to let me in. And they did. So that's the only time I've ever used it.
Good for you. Good for you.
You know, but
you are a dual citizenship holder.
Rick, was that when you were in your teens or something?
Yes.
So I just want to mention this. Roosted Films asks, did you guys hear there is a new Ghost Tactical Drill of the Month? And if you haven't, go to ghosttactical.us and to his YouTube channel and check it out.
Two Live Moose says, damn, Rick and I were separated at birth. Sean goes, Drunken Adventures in Casablanca.
That's too funny. That's too funny.
I got some stories I can tell you. You know? Maybe I'll use that as a topic one day.
So here's looking at you, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I mean, I do have some stories. You know? So I mean, I've had all kinds. I mean, I remember we're running out of time now, but real quick, I might bring this one up next week. You guys remind me. Give you a little teaser. One time, I was with my buddies. We were in Windsor, right, where the castle is, right, and we're drinking in this pub, and we're having a well of a time. Well, I got this friend of mine. He's only about 4 foot nothing at the time.
Is it Clover?
18, 19 years old, right? Well, we're sitting there, and he's drunk, and he's making a hell of a racket, and these young guys came in, and they had been drinking too, and they were making a hell of a racket. Well, it was kind of funny, really. They went up, because my friend was sitting on the bar stool, and his feet couldn't touch because he was so short, and they grabbed hold of him and span him around. Well, anyway, he didn't like that, so he took a swing at him, then we got into a big fight. Well, as it turns out, the 5 or 6 guys we took on were, the guards that guard the castle. They were off duty, and they beat the shit out of us. I landed up in hospital. I had stitches in my eye. I had a military boot print on my chest.
At least the healthcare was free over there.
It was, thank God. But this is where the drunkenness came in, right? I'm smashed up. I got stitches everywhere. I got the hell bent on me. I come out of the emergency room. And I said, let's go back and get the SOBs. My friends wouldn't let me. So there you go.
Patriot in the Dark is asking if you got that email.
Patriot. Yes, I did. Thank you. Yes, I did. You're right, Rich. I'm lucky to be living, breathing. I tell you, they pounded the hell out of me. Not only me, but the other guys with me too. There was 3 or 4 of us, and we took on 6 of them. And we got our asses whipped. We got it handed to us. There was another time we got. I mean, some unknown reason. Every time I got in trouble, I'd been drinking. I got into all kinds of scrapes like that. Other times I just do stupid stuff.
When you said Windsor, I was thinking of the city in Canada right across the river from Detroit. And Two Live goes, Cheetahs in Windsor. Cheetahs is the name of one of the strip clubs over there. So I was thinking you were getting messed up in Canada at first. Used to be back in the day, you didn't need a passport to get across the border. You could go over there at 19 and drink. They had the strip clubs and all that. They got the casinos before Detroit did, everything else like that. But you're talking about the British Windsor.
Yeah, that was one of my experiences. I've had quite a few, So it's some of the stories I can come up with. I might talk about them later on another date. You know, I mean, it's well, here's another quick one. This is here in the States, right? I hadn't been drinking. This is when I just got sober, right?
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I just got sober, and you heard me at the beginning of the show when I talked about the Cub Scouts and I took the money, wrote the bad check, and I got arrested. When I was in jail, I called up because I started going to AA, and I had a sponsor, so I called him up and said, "Hey," his name was Bob. I said, "Hey, Bob, I'm in jail. What do I do?" He said, "Don't drink."
Great advice.
You know, so I sat the phone down on him, but that's, you know.
Right now, everybody's picturing calling biker Bob when you go to jail.
I think he was there with me, you know. But anyway, we all have our problems. You know, we all have our problems. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. I mean, I've been sober 20 years now, you know. I still do stupid things.
No alcohol required.
No. I have no excuse for it now. Before I could blame it on the alcohol, you know. But anyway, I said, hey, look, we're out of time. So I want to say thank you to everybody. You know, to Rob, Ohio, Chris, Odin. We got Jimmy James, Raphael, Dano, Native, Gun, Sean, Patriot in the Dark, Two Live Moo, Grim, Roosted Films. Is that Roosted Films or Roasted Films? Roosted Films, isn't it? Who else we got? Vandalistic Vlogs. You know?
Vandalistic Vlogs.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I think so.
Well, there you go. So anyway, I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. And I want my let's run through the panel one last time. Got any shout outs or anything you want to plug or anything? Start with Night Strike.
Hit or miss Tuesday nights 9 o'clock, and check out the Friday Night Strike.
And Friday Night Strike is becoming a pretty good show. 7 o'clock, isn't it?
It varies. I think I'm going to do it at 8 Eastern on Friday from now on, because that's a slot that's open.
All right. Good. All right, Squib.
Lock and Load Monday nights 8 Eastern, and Caliber Corner Saturday mornings at 9 Eastern.
Okay. John Z.
I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. Good show. Thank you for the invite. And I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend.
Okay. And for me, don't forget Wednesday night, Rick's Life, as I see it, Shooting Disabilities. I might change the name of that. The Shooting Disabilities with Rick's Life, as I see it. And I'm hoping to get my co-chair, Wheelchair Warrior. So I might not be able to take credit for the full show. So there we go. Anyway, we'll be there Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
So it'll be Have Wheel Will Travel?
Yes. So anybody can join that chat. You don't have to be disabled to come in that chat. You might have some ideas that might help, or seen somebody or taught somebody or know somebody. So, feel free to join us. A lot of times, I'll be honest, it's like this chat. It goes off topic. So feel welcome to join us on Wednesday nights. All right. So that's it. So I'm going to call it quits. And thank you all for being here. And we'll see you next week. Same place, same time, same channel. All right. Thanks, guys.